I personally have never been to therapy. And so I don't really know too much about therapy. Like, I know about therapy because I was interested in actually being a therapist to be interested. Yeah. But I didn't go to therapy. I didn't like go that route. So I think that I'm more on the counseling side because I have seen things and done things that I'm like, okay, I might need some counseling. Like, I need an outlet. So, because when I was, not even when I was younger, when I was in college, stuff like that, in grad school, it's kind of hard. I was like, okay, like, I feel like I use my friends as my therapist. I like therapy. Like, I feel like friends bring me good therapy because it's like talking about things, hanging out. Like, I don't really feel like nothing traumatic has happened. I'm not going to, like, nothing's been like so traumatizing. I'm like, oh, I need to go to therapy to figure this out, to do this or whatever, you know? So it's like different topics can happen. But when I'm talking about different things, stuff like that, I feel like friends, and that's why I feel like support systems are so good because that's kind of where I align with therapy, I feel like. But I noticed, like, sometimes your friends, they have, you know, people have different things going on with their life issues, stuff like that. So as you get older, like, you can't really do that as much. But, like, when you're younger, you're always talking about, like, oh, this happened to me this day, or this happened to me today, or whatever. It's like, when you get older, people move, people, different things like that, you can't talk. It's kind of like, oh, snaps. Like, maybe you do have to talk to somebody. And so I would say that I went to counseling in my last job because, as y'all know, I hated that job. But I didn't even use my counseling until, like, I was about to leave the job. And so I heard about an early...
Your job gave you, provided counseling?
Well, yeah. So, well, not even the job. Like, the benefits provided you 4 sessions of free counseling.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, yeah. So always look at your service providers in your insurance. So I was able to use 4 free sessions, and that's with the counselor. And then after that, I know you got to pay, but I left that job, so I didn't even keep on doing it. So then I just kind of talked about different things. Like, I hated my job, I hated where I lived, so I feel like that counseling was better for me because it was in that time moment. Like, I hate my job. What can I do? Right, I can find another job, but as I can't find another job, what am I doing? So I talked about where I was at. I hated my job. I talked about how I hated where I was living. So that was just kind of something like, okay, I need to find a different option. I need to figure out something else. And then those are things you can't talk with your friends about because they don't hate their life. They don't hate where they're at. And talking to people in Atlanta, baby, they love Atlanta. So it's like, what you mean you hate Atlanta? I mean, So it's like, I'm not getting the interactions. And then you talk to your parents and child, they be like, pray about it. It's like, okay, I have done that.
Right.
So it's like, sometimes you need that